So what I'm going to do is I'm going to offer you the 4 best exercises in my mind. And you can literally design a training program for years around variations of these 4 exercises. You will need nothing else. I promise you, you will have a big, strong, athletic, good-looking body if you just use these 4 exercises. Now, there are parameters associated with the exercises, and you know that the parameters range from bodybuilding all the way on one end of the spectrum, where you're keeping the rest intervals short, you're keeping the volume high, the frequency high. This is going to take more time, right? Depending on how much time you have, that might not be beneficial. But also, you can use these 4 exercises all the way to the other end of the spectrum with regard to building pure strength and developing your nervous system. This is kind of where I would spend most of my time if I were you. In fact, it's where I spend most of my time. 4 exercises that I'm going to offer you are: number 1, deadlifts. You can deadlift and develop an incredibly good-looking, strong body. It's the simplest of all movements, which basically means you pick it up off the floor, but it's not the easiest, right? Picking weight off the floor is simple, right? It's like it's on the floor, just pick it up. But it's not the easiest, because in order to deadlift properly, you've got to make sure that everything is set up properly. I mean, everything from your neck and head and face, down through your shoulder girdle, through your core into your hips, legs, knees, and feet all affect the way you deadlift. You can't be messed up anywhere and have a really, really, really good deadlift. So you could really spend a ton of time, and when I say time, I don't necessarily mean in the gym that particular microcycle or that day, but I mean for years developing your ability to deadlift properly, and you will become the strongest version of yourself by that alone, because you'll have to stretch, you'll have to strengthen, you'll have to bring up weak parts, you'll have to deaden areas that have that are too tonic. There's a ton that you're going to need to do. Develop your core, make sure you're eating the right foods that don't create viscerosomatic inhibition and shuts off your deep abdominal wall, just by working on your deadlift. Understand the importance of the deadlift. The second exercise is I'm going to give you an upper body exercise. So we'll rotate it through. You can actually just do these 2 exercises on one day and the next 2 exercises on the other day. I'm going to offer you dips. Dips develop the chest, the shoulder, the triceps, and there are so many different ways to adjust the parameters with regard to the dip. You can add weight by hanging a chain from your hips, like you've seen me do in other videos. You can screw in the tempo so that you're pausing at different intervals, or you're going slower, you're going faster. It builds thickness, strength, flexibility. A part of the reason why a lot of people can't do dips is because their shoulders are all damaged and screwed up because their posture sucks. Like I said with regard to the deadlift, if you spend time on developing your ability to dip properly, it doesn't just mean that you're going to be able to perform that push that's going to make your muscles look good, but you've got to go back and you've got to fix all the fucked up shit that's going to make you do it properly. Bam! Right there. Best workout ever. Write it down. I could sell it for $100. Deadlifts and dips. Boom. D&D on one day. You could build an immaculate body just by focusing on those 2. But I'm going to give you a bonus here today, folks. For no extra charge at all, I'm going to give you 2 more exercises that you're going to use on another day. Front squats. You've heard me. I've done entire videos on how powerful front squats are because they force thoracic extension. More so than the deadlift, they're going to work the front of your legs, so namely your quads. They require that you have good ankle flexibility, so you're developing your posture, right? Opening up that rib cage, stretching your rectus abdominis, strengthening the scapular adductors and all the muscles that force you into thoracic extension. And you're developing your core, your abdominals, because if you don't have strong abdominals, guess what's going to happen to that bar? Bam! It's just going to fall. Front squats is one of those exercises, once again, that you can't be dysfunctional and do. See, people that have problem with certain exercises, it's not the exercises, it's them. Front squats is one of those exercises that is tremendous, it's awesome in 1,000 different ways. But if you're messed up, it's messed up. Don't blame the exercise. Get right so that you can do the exercise. You see the difference here, folks? Quality over quantity. 4 exercises. And finally, chin-ups. Different variations of pulling your body up to a fucking bar. Brilliant! Fascinating! How is it that this guy is giving me the greatest program ever designed and only gave me 4 exercises? I'll tell you why, because it's basics. Pulling yourself up to a bar is what we've had to do since the dawn of mankind, and we're climbing trees and we're climbing cliffs and we're doing what we had to do to survive. You're just pulling your body up onto something. Go figure, picking shit up and pulling your body up. It's going to develop your biceps, it's going to develop your rear delts, it's going to develop all those muscles that force thoracic extension like I've talked about before. If you do it this way, you work more bicep. If you do it this way, you work more upper back. You do those two on that day. And that's it, folks. I sell ebooks of workouts, right, that are complex and complicated, but not necessarily necessary. You can design the greatest program ever with those 4 exercises. In fact, I often only do those 4 exercises when I lack time. So that's it, my friend. A workout like that, with those 2 exercises, where you focus and concentrate on just crushing those 2 exercises on 2 separate days a week, right? Focus and concentrate on those, and you will have a awesome, strong, good-looking body. Good luck.